whether high up or deep down. For your work, you need strong equipment and smart solutions for all kinds of challenges, starting from basic products to essential components, and up to intelligent technologies. Developments are shaping the way you handle operations. The future of your industry holds exciting innovations. Let us show you the possibilities. Doesn't matter where you work. Team up with us for your success.
Hello and welcome to this webinar specifically for the mining industry. My name is Ben Lawrence. I am the Chief Business Officer at KCF Technologies, and we put together a 10-minute briefing for you during your conference where we pledge to instill within you 2 insights on how you can help your mines. The first insight is an answer to the question about why your critical assets are failing prematurely. The second insight is to help you understand how you can reduce total operating costs at your mine by 5 to 10% in the next 18 months by following a formula that your best-in-class industry peers have already begun to prove out. Now, you might be asking yourself, who is KCF and what gives them the right to share this information with us? Well, our company is based in the United States. We've been around for 20 years. And ever since we started the company, we have had one mission. And that mission is to optimize industrial machines. So since day one, that's what we've been focused on. Now, within the mining industry, we've been working very closely with mines for the last 5 years. We're currently deployed at 13 different mines, and we continuously monitor the health of over 1,000 critical assets at all of these mines. Now, how do we monitor those assets? Well, at our company, there are 3 ingredients that we bring to a machine health monitoring program for mines. The first is sensors. Now, I happen to have one right here in my hand, so I'll hold it up to the camera. This is the primary tool that we use to monitor the health at your mines. It's a wireless device. It monitors vibration and temperature. And there are versions of this that will also monitor oil moisture content, oil quality, ultrasonic, dynamic pressure, lots of other things. But the point is we instrument your critical assets with sensors that can take continuous readings on the health of your equipment. The second ingredient that we bring to your industry is advanced analytics. So these analytics engines that can look at all the data coming in from the sensors and tell us whether your machine is healthy or unhealthy, and if unhealthy, why it's unhealthy. The third and final ingredient that we bring to a mine is a software dashboard that is specific to your role. So whether you're in maintenance, operations, or leadership, you're going to have a dashboard that makes it very easy for you to understand where your problems are and how to go fix them. Now, you take all that experience, right? 20 years of working with industry, 5 years in mines. What's the takeaway? Well, the big insight that we have about critical assets in mining is that these assets do not last nearly as long as the salesperson probably told you they would. They die an early death. In fact, we see that on average, your critical assets are lasting only about half as long as they should be because they live such a complicated and rough existence. But why? Now, we're going to get right here to insight number 1. What we have documented in the mining industry is that when we look at the degradation that your machinery suffers, only 20% of it is related to normal wear and tear. For example, a bearing that's slowly beginning to fail, or a gearbox with gear teeth that are slowly beginning to grind away. 80% of the failures, 80% of the machine degradation that we see in your business is related to humans. Specifically, the way that our maintenance teams are trying to maintain the equipment and the way that your operators run it. So we're going to very quickly, lightning round, walk you through 4 examples of how your best-in-class industry peers are addressing the human-driven problems that ultimately cost you a lot of money and a lot of downtime. Now, the first example you're looking at here is an example of a PM, or a time-based maintenance process. And here's what we've documented. 30% of the PMs that a maintenance team does at a mine do more harm than good. They're not done properly. And historically, you don't know when the PM was done improperly. So using our technology blended with your maintenance software, which we're very familiar with doing, we're able to trigger an additional work order immediately if a PM is not done properly. The second example is related to the number of PMs that your maintenance team is doing. The harsh reality that we've seen in mining is that 80% of the PMs, or time-based maintenance work, that your team is doing is a waste. It should not have been done in the first place. So by using a platform and a technology we've developed that's called damage heat mapping, we give you heat maps like this that show your maintenance team where to spend all of their time. Green is healthy, red is unhealthy. So the point is, your maintenance team is now doing their maintenance only on the 20% of assets that really need attention. Now, let's talk about operations. On the operations side, what we've found is that in mining, tribal knowledge is rampant. Operators treat your equipment very differently based on their opinions on how it should be running. In this example with pump systems, we all have different ideas on what the flow rate should be, what the valve position should be. Some of us are right, some of us are wrong. So by using the analytics tools that we have, we create heat maps for you that help you identify very quickly which of your operators are running the equipment in the healthy state, that's green, and eliminating the SOPs or tribal knowledge that's sending your equipment to an early grave. And you can see in this before and after with this customer, after implementing the right SOP based on data, they have tripled the life of their critical assets and eliminated 80% of their maintenance costs, and they've not had an unplanned downtime incident since. Now, the fourth and final topic related to operations is resonance. What we see, and this is especially on fan systems, but we also see it on shakers and conveyors, is that there are certain speeds programmed into your controls that are not healthy for your equipment. And we can help you identify where those resonance frequency areas are, those high damage blind spots, and reprogram your controls to eliminate them entirely. So what's the impact? Well, if you look at our best-in-class mining customers today, after following these steps, they have eliminated 80% of their unplanned downtime and more than doubled the life of their equipment. Even our worst-in-class mining customers who are lagging behind have still eliminated 25% of their unplanned downtime and increased the life of their machines by over 10%. So our question to you is, If you can eliminate 80% of your downtime, 80% of the unnecessary maintenance that your team is doing today, and you can achieve throughput rates higher than ever before, where does that leave your company? What are the savings? If you believe there's a positive return, in our experience, it's a 10 times return on investment by doing this program properly. If you're interested in knowing more, please contact my colleague, Frank. He is delighted to hear from you. He is truly our subject matter expert, ready to take you to your next level.
Whether high up or deep down, for your work, you need strong equipment and smart solutions for all kinds of challenges, starting from basic products to essential components, and up to intelligent technologies. Developments are shaping the way you handle operations. The future of your industry holds exciting innovations. Let us show you the possibilities. Doesn't matter where you work. Team up with us for your success.